Okay, I'm going to finish that sheet from the packet of all increasing, decreasing curve sketching stuff. So this is number 24. Here's the function, and you're interested in increasing. So increasing is going to be the first derivative. And then you're going to set that equal to 0. Divide every term by 3. And then factor. You get 2 answers. So you're going to make a wiggle graph for the first derivative, because that's what tells you about increasing, decreasing. Put -3 and 1 on it. And when you try different values, you're going to get positive, negative, positive. So the question is asking, when is it increasing? So it's increasing here when x is greater than 1, and it's increasing here when x is less than -3, and that was choice C. Okay, here's number 25, and this is an absolute maximum question with an interval. So remember, you're going to have to test critical points and endpoints. So you know at the end you're going to have to do f of -2 and f of 4, and then we'll see if there's any critical points to go with that. So to find the critical points, we're going to take the first derivative, set it equal to 0, and then we can factor out a 3x. We get 2 answers. Okay, so that means you don't even have to check to see if those are critical points. If they're not, it's just not going to be the right answer. So I'm also going to do f of 0 and f of 2. So you're going to substitute these back into the original function right here. So whenever you want to find a y value to go with an x value, you always plug into the original function. So when you put -2 in there, you're going to get -8. When you put 4 in there, you get 28. Put 0 in there, get 12. Put 2 in there, get 8. You go back to the question, and it's asking for the absolute max. So the biggest number here that I can see is 28. And so it's asking what, okay, so it's not saying, if the question asked what is the absolute max, it's 28. But the question is saying the absolute max occurs when x equals what? And it's right there, when x equals 4. And that's why the answer was A. Okay, so this is just an implicit differentiation problem. And then you're going to use a product rule. The first times the derivative of the second plus the second times the derivative of the first, which is just 1. And then the derivative of 1 is 0. So I'm going to get all dy dx terms on one side. And then I'm going to factor out a dy over dx. And then I'm going to solve for dy over dx. Okay, but that's not an answer because they're telling you that x is -1 and they want you to actually solve for some value. So if x equals -1, then you have to figure out what y is. So you're going to use this original function to figure out y. So wherever I see an x, I'm putting a -1. I'm going to bring the y over to the other side. And so that means that y equals 1. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to this function, your dy dx. Let me get a different color that looks better. Take a green. And wherever there's an x, you're going to put -1, and wherever there's a y, you're going to put 1. And the answer is -1/2, and that is choice B. That finishes the packet.